Before we start this video, join my channel membership, support the channel and gain access to all my premium courses that worth over $100. Now let's start the video. So to download DaVinci Resolve, search for DaVinci Resolve in Google and you have to open this blackmagicdesign.com website. Now we have to scroll down and now as you can see guys, we have the free version and we have the studio version. So let's click on this free download button. And now this window will pop up. So as you can see, this is 18.5 beta version and this is studio version. You can also download the previous version. So I'm going to click on this window because I'm using the window. If you are using Mac OS, then you can click here, and if you are using Linux, then you can click here. So I'm going to click on this window. Now we have to fill this form in order to download DaVinci Resolve. So you don't need to fill this form with your accurate information. We can just randomly type a name, type a company or an email as well. Now I'm going to select this. Now let's type a random city. Now we have to click on this register and download. Now as you can see guys, if your download does not automatically start shortly, then we can click on this button. But mine is already started, so I'm going to click on the save button. And now as you can see guys, it is now downloading. Now as you can see guys, we have this setup. Now we have to extract this setup. So we have to right click and now we have to select this extract setup. Now we have to open this and now we have to open this exe file. And now as you can see guys, it is now extracting. Now we have to check this and we have to click on this install button. Now we have to wait for this operation. And now we have to click on this next button, check agree. And now we have to click on next and click on this install button. Now as you can see guys, it is now installed. So we have to click on this finish, click on this OK button. Now we have to open the DaVinci Resolve. So I'm going to click here to open my DaVinci Resolve. And now as you can see guys, we have 18.5 DaVinci Resolve. Here we have the project window. And now as you can see, this is beta testing. Now we can double click here to create a new project. And this is how we can install the new DaVinci Resolve 18.5. So how to change the aspect ratio in DaVinci Resolve? First of all, go to the edit page. Now as you can see guys, I have these videos, so I'm going to select this video and I'm going to drop this in media pool. Now as you can see guys, we have this change project frame rate. So it will change the project frame rate and resolution according to this video. So if you want to change, then we can click on this change, and if you don't want to change, then we can click on this don't change. So I'm going to click here change, and now it will change the project resolution, aspect ratio, etc. according to this video. Now I'm going to drag a new video. Let's drop this in edit page. Now I'm going to drop this in my timeline. Now to change the aspect ratio, we have to click on this file and we have to select project settings. Now in project settings, as you can see, we have this timeline resolution. So we can click here and we can select new resolution. So I'm going to select this one and now let's click on this save button. Now as you can see guys, this is the new resolution. So as you can see guys, we have this black bar. So to remove this bar, we have to go to the file, we have to go to the project settings and let's select image scaling. And now as you can see guys, it's set to scale entire image to fit. So we can select scale full frame with crop and now let's click on the save button. And now as you can see guys, we don't have those bars. Now we can also add cinematics bar. So go to the file and we can go to the output blanking and we can select a cinematic bar. And now as you can see guys, we have this cinematic bar. We can go to the timeline and again we can select a different cinematic bar. Let's click on the reset. Now if you are making video for YouTube shorts or TikToks, we can go to the file, we can go to the project settings. Let's select master scaling and we can check. In 18.5 we have this new feature, use vertical resolution. So first of all, I'm going to change my resolution to 1080 and now let's check this. Let's click on the save button. Now as you can see guys, scale the entire video to fit. But if you don't want to fit your video, let's click here, go to the project settings, go to the image scaling and we can click here and we can select scale entire image to fit. Let's click on the save button and now as you can see guys, we have this video. Now in the background, we can also add this video as a blur background. So go to the open FX and now if you scroll down, we have this effect called blanking fill. We can drop this onto this video. We can go to the effects, go to the open FX and we can blur this background. We can go to the source, we can drag this to the left side. Now we can click here and we can select zoom to timeline and now have a look. Now we can add a fade color. Let's click here and change this to black. And now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this video. So this is how we can change the aspect ratio in DaVinci Resolve. So how to link media offline clips. So I have this clip in my timeline. Now we have this clip location. So I'm going to create a new folder, rename this to log2. I'm going to move this clip from location A to location 2. Now if you go to DaVinci Resolve, as you can see guys, red track appear. It means the media is now offline. And now we have to relink this media. So to relink, we can either right click, we can select relink, or we can click here. As you can see guys, now we have to locate this clip new location. So click on this locate. Now we have to select this folder, and now we have to click here, select folder. And now as you can see guys, it's now back to its original form. So this is how we can deal with media offline clips. So how can we work with multicam in DaVinci Resolve? So for example, if you are editing podcasts where we have different camera angles, as you can see guys, right here we have two angles of this video. Now guys, I'm going to select these two clips. I'm going to right click and I'm going to select create new multicam clip using selective clips. So click here, and now we have to rename this to multicam, and now we can click on this create button. Now as you can see guys, we have these original clips. If we go to the master, we have multicam clip. So I'm going to drag this in timeline. Now I'm going to zoom in. Let's click here, and now we can click here. We have two screens, and now I'm going to click here and I'm going to select multicam. So as you can see guys, this is angle number 1 and this is angle number 2. So for example, if you are here and now I'm going to use angle number 2, we can either select this, and now as you can see guys, in the main output we have angle number 1 and we have angle number 2. We can use keyboard shortcut num1 and num2. Now we can play this video. I'm going to select num1, and now as you can see we have angle number 1, press num2, num1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And now as you can see guys, just like that we created this multicam footage. So now we have different camera angles. Now check this out. So this is how we can work with multicam in DaVinci Resolve. Now we can also use multicam feature to create interesting effects. So for example, I'm going to drag my video in timeline, and now I'm going to select my video, enable inspector, and I'm going to add a zoom in. Let's place this right here. So we have to place this video. Let's click here to enable transform controls. We can place this on our previous screen. Now we have this zoom in video. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a new compound clip. Let's create a new compound clip. I'm going to select this, delete this clip, and now let's hide the inspector. Now as you can see guys, now we have two clips. We have this original clip and we have this zoomed in clip. So I'm going to select this clip. Let's press Ctrl, select this one, right click, and we can create a new multicam clip using selected clips. Now as you can see guys, we have this multicam clip. We can drag this in timeline, and now I'm going to click here to select multicam. Now as you can see guys, now we have two angles. Now if I play my video, we can change the angle number 1, change the angle number 2, 1, 2. So as you can see guys, this way we can create this zoom in and zoom out effect just using multicam feature. So first I have this clip, and as you can see guys, this clip is lagging. If I play this, as you can see guys, this clip is preview in slow motion kind of, because I apply effects and I apply color grading effects onto this clip. So this is the original clip, this is after color grading, and we have this camera shake onto this clip. So the proxy help you to preview your video smoothly. So how we can use the proxy? First I have this clip. Now I'm going to right click, and as you can see guys, we have this generate proxy media. Now if we click here, as you can see guys, it is now taking its time to generate the proxy for this media. And now guys, after the proxy media generated, we have this smooth preview of this clip. If you notice guys, as you can see guys, I'm going to zoom in, and now as you can see guys, if you generate a proxy for a media, we have this icon appeared. So this is the normal media, and now as you can see guys, we don't have this icon onto this thumbnail. So it generated the proxy for this media. So where did it save the proxy of this media? So we have to go to the file, we have to go to the project settings, and now we have to scroll down. And if you scroll down in our optimize media and render cache, as you can see guys, we have to change these settings. So I change my proxy resolution to half, and I change this to H264 and I choose automatic uncompressed 10-bit uncompressed 10-bit. Now this is the proxy generation location. So as you can see guys, I set this to my video folder in desktop. You can change this if you want to. Now guys, if we go to the deliver page and if you want to export the proxy media resolution in your final export, then we can go to the advanced. Now as you can see guys, we have this use proxy media. So if you check this one, it will export the proxy media resolution in your final render. So this is how we can use the proxy media in DaVinci Resolve. So how to split screen in DaVinci Resolve? First, I'm going to drag this clip in timeline. I'm going to select this clip and now I'm going to change the position to right about here. Now I'm going to drag this clip and now I'm going to drop this on top of this clip. I'm going to select this clip and I'm going to change the position to about here. Now as you can see guys, we have this area, so we have to crop this area. So in order to crop this, we can either crop this from here or we can just click here and we can enable crop, and now we can click here and we can crop this. Now we can change the position. Now we can disable this and now we can play this video, and now as you can see guys, now we have this split screen effect. Now we have another method to add a split screen effect. So now I'm going to select these two clips and I'm going to press backspace on my keyboard to delete these clips. Now I'm going to drag this clip in timeline and now let's go to the OpenFX and now I'm going to search for video collage effect. I'm going to drag this on top of this video. Now we have to select this clip and now we have to go to the effects and go to the OpenFX. Now I'm going to change the column to number 1 and now I'm going to select the tile and now I'm going to select this create tile. So as you can see guys, now we have this video right here. Now let's drop the second clip on top of this clip. Now I'm going to right click onto this clip and now I'm going to copy and now I'm going to paste the attribute of this clip to the new one. So check this and now apply. Now we have to select this clip and now we have to go to the effects and now let's change the tile to number 2. And now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this beautiful split screen effect. You can also select a clip and you can also go to the global and you can customize this even more if you want to. So how we can zoom in DaVinci Resolve? So for example, if we want to add a zoom in effect from this position to this position, then we have to place this cursor right here. We have to select this clip and now we have to go to the video inspector. We have to add a keyframe in zoom. Now I'm going to place my cursor right here and now I'm going to increase this keyframe. So now as you can see guys, now we have this zoom in from this position to this position. Now if you want to customize the animation, then we can click here. Now we have this keyframe. We have to also check the graph, scroll down, we have to select this keyframe and I'm going to set this right here. So we have this curve and now we have the zoom in from this position to this position. If you want to add a zoom out, then we have to also add a keyframe to this position. So go to the zoom, add a keyframe and now I'm going to place my cursor right here and now I'm going to change this to 1, which is the original position of this zoom effect. And now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have the zoom in and now we have this zoom out. Now if you want to add a motion blur in your zoom in effect, then we have to reset this and now we have to go to the OpenFX. We have to search for transform and now I'm going to add this transform onto this video. Select this clip, go to the effects. I'm going to add a keyframe in zoom and now I'm going to place my cursor right here and now I'm going to increase the position of this zoom and now I'm going to open the animation. I'm going to increase motion blur. Now if I play this video, as you can see guys, we also have a motion blur when we zoom in this video. So right now we don't see any motion blur. So if I increase the position to an extreme, for example right here, as you can see guys, now we have this motion blur. So now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this effect. So this is how we can zoom in DaVinci Resolve. So how we can add dynamic zoom in DaVinci Resolve? So as you can see guys, we have this still shot of this beautiful lake. Now I'm going to select my clip, go to the video inspector and now I'm going to enable dynamic zoom. Now as you can see guys, by default if I play this video, we have this dynamic zoom out. Now if you want to zoom in, we have to open this dynamic zoom, we have to swap the value. And now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this zoom in effect. Now if you want to customize this dynamic zoom, we have to click here and we have to check dynamic zoom. Now as you can see guys, we have this zoom in. So I'm going to place my window right here, so it will zoom in from green rectangle to this red rectangle. So if I place my cursor right here, if we click onto this icon, it will disable this on our previous screen. We can play this, and now as you can see guys, we have this zoom in dynamic zoom. So if I place my cursor right here at the end of this clip, we can enable dynamic zoom on previous screen. And now if I place this cursor right here, as you can see guys, we have this red window. So it will zoom in from green rectangle to this red rectangle. And if you want to add a smooth zoom out, we can swap this value. And now as you can see guys, it shift the green to red. So now we have this zoom out from the green window to the red window. So this is how we can add dynamic zoom in DaVinci Resolve. So how to do speed ramp in DaVinci Resolve. First I'm going to unlink my video. I'm going to select my audio and I'm going to press backspace to delete the audio. Now guys, we can right click and now we can select this real-time controls. Now if I play this video, as you can see guys, this video is already in a slow motion. So I'm going to add a fast motion from this point to this point. So to add a point, I'm going to click here and now I'm going to add a point. Now we have this point, we can drag this point. And now as you can see guys, if you notice right here, we have this speed increased. Now I'm going to drag this to the left side. And now if I play this, as you can see guys, now we have this fast motion and now we have this normal motion. So I'm going to add a slow motion to this point. So click here, we can add a point and we can drag this to the right side. So if you drag this one to the right side, it will slow the motion of your clip. And if you drag this one to the left side or any point, it will speed up that portion of your video. So now as you can see guys, we have the fast motion and now we have the slow motion. And now from here to here, I'm going to add a point. We can even click here and we can go to the change speed and we can select a speed preset. So I'm going to change this to 400. And now if I preview this clip, so if you struggle to preview, if your video is lagging, then we can go to the playback. We can go to the time proxy resolution, we can select quarter. Now as you can see guys, we have the fast motion, we have the slow motion, we have fast motion, and we have the normal speed of this clip. So this is how we can add speed ramp in DaVinci Resolve. We have three ways to do a freeze frame in DaVinci Resolve. The first method is if you want to freeze your video from this cursor to the end point of your video, then we can select this clip and now we have to go to the inspector video and now we have to open this speed change and now we have to check this freeze icon. So what will we do? It will freeze this part and now we have this part as a video. Now guys, if you want to unfreeze this part, we have to select this part and now we have to reset. And now as you can see guys, now we have this part restored as a video. Now I'm going to delete this part and now I'm going to increase the duration. Now in the second method, we have to right click and now we have to select this real-time control. And now as you can see guys, now we have this speed. Now if I want a freeze frame in my video, then I'm going to place my cursor right here. I'm going to click here and I'm going to add a freeze frame. As you can see guys, now we have this freeze frame. So I'm going to select this and now as you can see guys, now we have this freeze frame. We have this video, and the best part is we can extend this freeze frame or we can lower the duration of this freeze frame. And now have a look. We have this freeze frame, we have this video, and if you want to add a freeze frame right here, we can add a freeze frame to this position. Now by the way, if you want to remove a freeze frame, then we can click here, we can remove freeze frame, click here, we can remove freeze frame, and now we can uncheck this. So we have this video. Now the last method is we have to go to the clip and now we have to select this freeze frame. So what it will do, it will freeze the entire video. No matter where we have this cursor, it will freeze this entire video. And if you want to restore your video, we have to reset this. And now as you can see guys, the clip duration is now shorter than the original. So we have to play this and now we have to increase the duration to its original clip. So how do we stabilize in DaVinci Resolve? First of all, we have to select our clip and now we have to go to the video inspector, and in stabilization we have three modes. We have perspective, similarity, and we have translation. First of all, I'm going to select perspective. I'm going to click on the stabilize button, and now as you can see guys, it is now stabilizing our clip. And now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this video stabilized. But as you can see guys, the weird motion is happening in our chart. So we can change the mode to similarity, and again we have to click on the stabilize button. So if you make some tiny changes in the slider, you have to click on the stabilize button again in order to stabilize according to your new changes. Now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now this one is better. Now I'm going to increase the cropping to about 0.6. I'm going to change my smooth to 0.5, and now let's click on the stabilize button again, and now have a look. Let's change this to translation, click on the stabilize button, and now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this stabilized video. So if I disable this stabilization, so this is before, as you can see guys, now we have this extreme shaky footage, and this is after we enable stabilization, and now have a look. So this is how we can stabilize in DaVinci Resolve. Now guys, I'm going to drag my second clip onto this clip, and now let's place this right here, and now I'm going to split this clip from here. Now we can go to the color page, we can go to the clip, and we can select that clip. Now I'm going to go to the masking window, and now I'm going to select this mask, and now I'm going to mask out my subject. So I'm just roughly masking out this subject, and now we are done. Now we have to add alpha output, connect this to blue dot, and now guys we have to go to the tracking window, and now we have to track backward and forward. Now we can go to the masking window, we can lower the size of the mask, and we can smooth out the mask. Now we can go to the edit page. Now let's go to the video transition under toolbox. Now let's scroll down, and now I'm going to add this mosaic transition at the starting point of this clip. Let's increase the transition, and now I'm going to scroll up, and now I'm going to drag this transition between these two clips. Let's increase the duration, and now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this effect. We can select this clip, we can go to the color page, and we can play this mask right here. So now we are good. We can go to the edit page, and now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this amazing effect. So we can create this type of effect using masking as well. So how can we blur the face in DaVinci Resolve? It's very simple. Let's go to the color page, let's go to the masking window, and now I'm going to select this mask, and now I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 40, and now I'm going to place this mask on top of its face, and now I'm going to lower the size, and now we have to go to the tracking window, and we have to track backward and forward. Now we are done. Now we have to click here, we have to enable effects, and now I'm going to drag this mosaic blur effect, and now I'm going to click here, and now as you can see guys, now we have this blur effect. We can play this video, now we have this effect. We can also delete this effect, and we can drag a different effect on top of this node, and now if I play this video, as you can see, now we have this blur effect. So you don't need to add an alpha output in order to show this output in the edit page. If we go to the edit page, as you can see guys, we have the same output as we seen in the color page. Now we can also invert the mask. So for example, I'm going to add this mask, and now as you can see guys, we have this mask. Now I'm going to switch this to the power window, so we will have these controls. Now if you want to disable this effect part, then we can click onto this icon. It will disable or enable the masking effect. Now I'm going to go to the effects, and now I'm going to add this zoom blur effect onto this video. Now guys, as you can see guys, now we have these control that will control the effects on our node. Now we can switch this to power window if we want to, and now if you want to invert this mask, if you want to affect the entire video except that part that is inside this mask, then we can click onto this icon. It will invert this mask, and now if I play this video, as you can see guys, everything is now affecting except that is inside the mask. Now by the way, if you apply an effect and it does not show on the screen, then we have to click onto this icon. If we have this red line, it means it is disabled, and if we don't have a red line, it means it is now enabled. So this way you can preview your effect. So how can we remove this green screen in DaVinci Resolve? We have to go to the Fusion page. First I'm going to uncheck this spline. Using scroll I'm going to drag this timeline right here. Now we can go to the effects, or we can press shift space and we can search for key, and now I'm going to select this ultra key. Let's add this one. And now as you can see guys, it connect between these two nodes. So we have to connect this between these two nodes. Now if your node doesn't connect, then we can press shift, hold it, and we can drag this and we can drop this in between these two nodes, and now it will connect like this. Now we can select this ultra key, we can click, hold it, and we can select the green screen. So I'm going to select this part of the green screen, and now I'm going to refine this even more. Let's play around with the slider. Let's play this right here. Let's zoom in. Let's go to the image, and now we can refine this even more. Just play around with the slider, and now we are done. Now we have to go to the edit page, and now we have to enable the crop. So select the crop and we can crop out this part of the video. Click here and now have a look. We remove the green screen. Now to place the background behind this green screen, we have to play this onto the video track number 2. We have to drag a new clip under this track, and now check this out. We can unlink, we can delete this clip audio. Now we have this effect. Now we don't need this part of the clip. So I'm going to select this clip, press B on the keyboard. I'm going to select this clip, press backspace to delete this part of the video. Now if you want to use this razor tool, just like I did, you can go to the timeline and you can select this razor tool, which keyboard shortcut is B. Now we can go to the DaVinci Resolve, we can select keyboard customization, and in keyboard customization we can select razor tool. And now as you can see guys, we have this razor, we can set its keyboard shortcut right here. Now if you want to refine this green screen even more, we can go to the color page, go to the curve. I'm going to increase my highlight and I'm going to add a contrast to this green screen. Now guys, I'm going to add a shadow of this color, and I'm going to add a highlight of this color. And now let's add dark to this color. Go to the wheels, primaries, and we can lower the lift, we can increase gamma, we can increase offset, we can increase contrast, lower the lift, and now have a look. So if I press Ctrl D, this is before and this is after. We can go to the edit page, we can select these two clips, we can right click and we can create a new compound clip. Now we can go to the color page and we can go to the color warper and we can add a color like this. Now we can zoom in, select the skin, and we can drag this to about here, and now check this out. So this is before, this is after. So this is a simple way to remove green screen in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we remove the sky from this video? So go to the Fusion page and now press shift space and search for key and drag this ultra key in between these two nodes. Now we can press shift if it doesn't connect, and we can connect this in between these two nodes by pressing hold shift and drag this in between these two nodes. Now we can select this node and we can click here and we can drag this and we can select the sample of this sky. Now we can refine this even more, so we can play around with the slider, and now I think we are done. Now go to the edit page, and now in edit page I'm going to play this onto the track number 2, and now I'm going to drag this sky video below this track. Now I'm going to select this video, I'm going to enable transform control and I'm going to increase the size of the sky, place this right here, and now we can trim the sky, and now we can go to the open FX and we can drag this Gaussian blur on top of this sky. We can select the video, we can go to the effects, we can increase the blur as well if you want to. Now we have to match the mask to the sky, so we have to go to the color page and we have to go to the HDR, and now I'm going to select this color. In shadow I'm going to select this color, and in dark I'm going to select this one. Now if I select this, if I press Ctrl D, this is before, this is after. If we go to the edit page, if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this sky replacement. So this is how we can replace the sky in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we add text in DaVinci Resolve? First of all, we have to enable effects. So if your effects is highlighted, it means it is enabled. Now we have these effects. If you go to the toolbox, and under toolbox we have to go to the title, and now we have these titles. So these are animated titles. As you can see, we have these titles, so we can easily drag and drop them in timeline. We can select them, we can change the text, and now we can preview, and now this is our text. We can change the color. If you scroll down, we can go to the jitter speed. We can change the jitter color as well. As you can see, we have this jitter color. We can select a customized color. Let's click on this OK button, and now we can also change the speed of this jitter right here in this slider. And now if I play this video, as you can see, we have this effect. Now I'm going to select this, press backspace to delete this. We can also add our customized text. So we have to drag this text plus in timeline. We have to select this. First of all, let's go to the title, go to the text, and I'm going to change this to my name. Now I'm going to change my font to this one, and now I'm going to change this to bold. I'm going to change my color to this one, and now let's click on this OK button. Now as you can see guys, we have this slider, we have right on, so we can animate this like this. We can add a keyframe and we can animate this right on effect. Now if we go to the shading, we have these elements. If you select number 2, we have this outline. We can change the outline to a white color. So let's change this to white color, and now I'm going to increase the thickness and now have a look. Now if I disable this, we can go to the number 3, we can check this, and we have a shadow. So right now we don't see any shadow because we don't have any background. So I'm going to go to the generator. I'm going to drag this paper and let's place this on top of this paper generator, and now we have a background. I'm going to select this generator. I'm going to lower my gain. I'm going to lower my lift. I'm going to lower my gamma, increase the contrast. So we have this background. I'm going to lower my brightness to about here. Now I'm going to select my text, and now as you can see guys, in number 3 we have black shadow. So we can change the position of the shadow. We can soften the shadows. We can add a glow softness in the shadows. We can change the position, rotation, and etc. right here using these slider. Now as you can see, I'm changing the position of my shadow, and now have a look. Now if we go to the number 4, we have this border behind our text. So we can change the color to black or white, and we can change this to word. And now if I select this, we can go to the text. We can change this to text, and now have a look. So this way we can customize the text in DaVinci Resolve, and this is how we can add text in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we work with power beans in DaVinci Resolve? First of all, I'm going to select this text. I'm going to add a keyframe in right on. Let's place this right on about here, and in about 1 second I'm going to add this animation. So we have this animation. I'm going to change this text to my name, and now have a look. We have this animation. So what if you want to save this text and if you want to use this in your future projects? So that's why we use power beans. So if you click here, as you can see guys, we have this power bean. So I'm going to show power bean, and now as you can see guys, right here we have this power bean. So we have to go to the master in power bean, and now I'm going to drag this text and drop this in my power bean. And now as you can see guys, now we have this text saved in our power bean. So now I'm going to delete this text, press backspace. Now guys, if you want to rename your text or element saved in power bean, then we have to click here in the text at the end of the text, and now I'm going to change this to my name. Now I'm going to drag this in timeline, and now if I play this, as you can see guys, now we have the same text. So we can use this in any project. So if I create a new project, don't save, I'm going to create a new project. Now if we go to the master in power bean, as you can see guys, we have this same text. So I'm going to drop this in my timeline. I'm going to add a generator, and now if I play this, as you can see guys, we have this text. So this is how we can use and how we can work with power beans in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we remove noise in our video? So as you can see guys, we have this noise in our video. So now what we're gonna do, in the free version of DaVinci Resolve, we can go to the Fusion page, we can press shift plus space, and we can search for remove noise. Let's add this one in between these two nodes. Now guys, as you can see guys, in color we have these color, red, green, and blue. Now I'm going to change this to a single view. I'm going to press Ctrl, hold it. I'm going to use my scroll to zoom in. Now guys, right here we have these color. So right now I switch to color. Now I'm going to switch to red. So now we have this red color. Now I'm going to play this slider to the right side, and now I'm going to use the detail to add the detail. Now let's switch to green color. Now I'm going to remove the green color noise and let's play the slider right here. Now let's go to the blue color and now let's play this slider right here and let's add detail. So this is before and this is after, and as you can see guys, we remove the noise. Now we can add detail because the shot is look too blurry, so we can play this right here and now have a look. Now let's switch to color and now we can go to the chroma, and now in chroma guys we can place this slider right here. Let's add detail in luma. Let's place this slider right here and add detail. So this is before and this is after. Now if I go to the edit page, so this is before, we have this noise, and this is after. Remove the noise completely from this video. So this is how we can remove the noise in our video using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. How we can add subtitle in DaVinci Resolve? We have two ways. We have manually add subtitle and we have automatic subtitle. So first of all, we have to go to the title, and if you scroll down at the end we have this subtitle. So I'm going to drag this in my timeline. Now I'm going to select this, and now let's go to the editor. In caption I'm going to change this to my name. Now if you want to add the next subtitle, then we don't need to duplicate this subtitle. We can go to the duration, like for example if I want to add my next subtitle to this duration, we can select this one, we can click on this, add new, and now here we go, we have this subtitle. So this is the manual way. Now I'm going to show you the automatic way to add subtitle in DaVinci Resolve. Well, in the new version we have the option to add subtitle automatically in timeline, but we don't have any option right here. As you can see guys, in my DaVinci Resolve I don't have that option yet, or maybe it is available for the studio users. So I'm using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So how we can add subtitle in the free version automatically? Well, we can download the CapCut, which is the free video editor. We can drag an audio or video, we can select the audio, we can go to the text, and in text we can select this auto caption. Now in auto caption we can select a language, and now we can create subtitle for this audio. And now as you can see guys, it is now generating auto caption for this audio. Now as you can see guys, we have this automatic caption. Now we have to go to the export. Now in export window we have to uncheck video exporting. We can change the location of this audio. Now I'm going to change this to auto caption, and now let's click on this export. So what it will do, if we open the folder, it will add a folder in our location. We have the audio file and we have this SRT file. So now I'm going to drag this and I'm going to drop this file in DaVinci Resolve, and now have a look. We have this caption. Now I have this audio file for the subtitle, and as you can see guys, we have the separate subtitle track for the subtitle. We don't have a video track, so if I add the text, it will add this in a video track, not in the subtitle track, as you can see. So this is how we can add caption automatically. This is my audio using third-party software, which is also free in the market. Now I have this video. So in order to copy these color grading, we have to place them in timeline beside our main clip. Now we have to go to the color page. Now in color page guys, we have to check this clip. So we have this clip enabled in our color page. Now we have to select this clip. We have to press Ctrl, hold it, and we have to select that screenshot that we want to match the shot. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to select shot match to this clip. And now it will take some seconds to match the shot according to this shot, and now have a look. So it isn't perfect because we have a different environment and this shot in a different environment. So this is the outdoor shot, this is the indoor shot. So we can adjust some changes. We can increase the gamma, we can lower the contrast, we can adjust this, and we can click here to enable or disable this color grading. Now I'm going to right click reset. Now this time I'm going to select my clip. I'm going to press Ctrl key, hold it, select this screenshot, right click and select shot match to this clip. Now as you can see guys, this time it done the shot match very quickly because it did the processing before. Now if I reset this, select this one, press Ctrl, select this screenshot, right click, shot match to this clip. So this is how we can copy color grade in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we import LUT in DaVinci Resolve? First go to the Google and search for the Resolve LUTs free. And if you click here, we can open the LUTs website and we can download these LUTs for free. Now as you can see guys, after I place my order, we have these LUTs downloading. Now we have the zip file, so we have to right click, we have to extract this file. Now we have this folder, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to rename this to 30 LUTs. Now guys, in order to add these LUTs in DaVinci Resolve, we have to open DaVinci Resolve, go to the color. Now we are here in color page. Now we have to go to the LUTs. We have to right click on a LUT, we have to open file location, and now as you can see guys, we have this LUT folder. So we have to go to the LUT folder and we have to copy this LUT folder in DaVinci Resolve LUTs folder. And now we have our LUT folder. Now we have to go to the DaVinci Resolve, we have to right click and we have to refresh. And as you can see guys, if we click here, we have our LUT folder. We can double click to open this LUT folder, and now we have these LUTs. So now I'm going to drag this clip in timeline, go to the color page, and now have a look. We can drag this, we can drop this, or we can double click to apply this LUT, and now have a look. So this is before and this is after. So this is how we can import LUTs in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we sync audio in DaVinci Resolve? First, I'm going to drag this desktop recording in timeline. I'm going to go to the audio, I'm going to increase the volume so we can see the waveform of this audio. I use the microphone to record the audio of this desktop screen recording, and now we have the second clip. I'm going to play this on top of this desktop clip. Now I use my mobile phone to record the audio plus face cam of this video. Now guys, I'm going to mute the audio track of the desktop, and if you listen to the preview of this mobile phone, the audio is pretty bad. So I'm going to use my desktop audio instead of my mobile phone audio. So first of all, I have to sync my audio to the desktop audio. So how can we do that? And so I'm going to select these two. I'm going to right click, go to the auto align clip and check based on waveform. So it will auto align this clip based on the waveform. Now if I mute the track of my mobile phone, as you can see guys, we mute this track. Now if I play this video, as you can see guys, now we have this audio sync to my face. Now I can go to the video, I'm going to zoom out, we can check the transform. I'm going to place this, so we have this reaction kind of video. And now check this out, we have the sync audio to my face. So this is how we can sync audio in DaVinci Resolve. So how can we edit audio in DaVinci Resolve? So in order to edit the audio, we have to go to the fairlight. Now I'm going to use my shift key to zoom in, or we can use this slider to zoom in and zoom out. We can zoom in the timeline. Now guys, the first step is I'm going to right click and I'm going to select normalize audio level, and now let's normalize. We can select this audio, we can go to the audio file and we can change the slider to about here.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test.
Now as you can see guys, we have background noise in the audio. So in order to remove the noise in the background, first of all, go to the effects and search for noise reduction. I'm going to apply this noise reduction, but as you can see guys, we have stereo type audio. So first of all, I'm going to change my audio to mono. So we have one audio waveform, we can drop this onto this audio file. Now as you can see guys, we have this noise reduction window appear. So if you click here, we have 3 preset. So I'm going to select this one. So I'm going to check which one is fit perfect for me.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing.
We can play the preview of the audio and we can change the preset at the same time. So I'm going to play the audio.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio. 2 3 mic test. Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing.
Now I think this one fit perfect for me. So I'm going to check this, listen to the noise only, and now let's preview this audio.
The background noise, and now this is my audio test.
So I think this one is pretty good. So let's close this one. Now we remove the background noise of this audio. Now the next step is we have to double click on this equalization, and now we have this equalization window appear. Now guys, by default it's set to this straight line, but I'm going to select this edit audio, which is my customized graph.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing.
And if I disable this, as you can see guys, now I'm going to preview my audio.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio.
Now as you listen guys, we have completely edited this audio to a new level. So how we can draw this graph? So first of all, I'm going to reset this.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic.
Now first of all, we have to add a bass in my audio. So as you can see guys, it look like that we are recorded this audio in a mobile phone.
Hello, 1 2.
So in order to add bass, I'm going to drag this number 4 above right here, and then I'm going to drag this down about here. So first of all, I'm going to preview my audio.
2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio.
Now we add a bass. Now we have to
Hello, 1 2.
Drag this number 4 where we have the distortion, and then I'm going to bring this down. So let's listen to the preview.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in DaVinci Resolve. 1 2 3 mic test. Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in DaVinci Resolve.
And now have a look. We added this audio. So this is before.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise.
And this is after. Now if you want to save this graph, then we can click on this plus icon. In equalization, we can create new, and I'm going to rename this to edit audio 2. And now let's click on this OK button. And now if I click here, as you can see guys, now we have this graph, we have the other one. So you can enable or disable.
Hello, 1 2
or you can switch from one graph to another. So I like this one, so let's close this window.
3.
Now guys, we have
Hello,
to
1
open the dynamics, and in dynamics guys, as you can see guys,
Hello, 1 2
our dB level is touching
2 3
the
mic.
red level. So to avoid this, we have to add a compressor, and we can drag this threshold right here, and I'm going to increase my ratio to about here. Now listen to the preview.
This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in Hello, 1 2 3 mic.
Now let's close this window. Now if we click on this graph, we can disable. As you can see guys, it turned black and white. And if you want to enable this, we can click on it again, and now we have this color line, which means it is enabled. And the same things happen for the equalization. We can click on it to disable, click on it again, it turned to color, it means it is enabled. So I'm going to disable these two. So this is before.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in DaVinci Resolve.
And this is after. We can also increase the volume, and we can also check this dialog lever.
This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to remove the background noise. I'm going to remove the background noise.
So this is before.
I'm going to remove the background noise.
And this is after. Check this out. Now if we go to the edit page, now in edit page we have this original audio and we have this edited audio. So if I mute this audio.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test.
And now this is the edited audio.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic testing. This is my audio test. I'm going to remove the background noise, and now I'm going to edit this audio in DaVinci Resolve.
And as you listen guys, we edited this audio to a next level. So this is how we can edit audio in DaVinci Resolve. So what is the best settings for you to export your clip? Go to the deliver page, and first of all, if you check custom export, it will export your clip. It will set the resolution and the frame rate according to your clip. Now we have to add this to our render queue. So first of all, we have to add a location. Now we can change the file name. So I'm going to change this to export1, and now we have to add this to our render queue. Now we have this one job in our render queue, so we can click on this render all, and it will render this clip. Now if you want to open the file location of this render, we can right click and we can open file location. Now we have this location. Now guys, if you want to edit your render, so I'm going to click on this pencil button, and now as you can see guys, we have three options. Add new job, it will add this as a new job in our render queue, or we can update this job, and I'm going to change the resolution to 720. Now let's update job, and we have to replace the clip, and now we have to select this one, click on this render again, let's render, and now we have this render. Now I'm going to stop this render right now. If you want to preview your clip during the render, then we can click here, we can update during render, we can enable to minimal, we can render all, and now as you can see guys, we have this preview during the render. So if you want to turn off the preview, we can go to the update during render, turn this off. If you want to turn this off, if you want to turn this on, then check minimal. Now if you want to export this for YouTube, we can select this one, and etc. We have other options as well. If you want to export your audio, right now I don't have any audio track, so now I'm going to add this audio track for now. Go to the render. Now in render guys, we can go to the audio only, and it will export this audio file only. We can go to the audio, and if it change this to MP4 or QuickTime or this extension, then it won't export this as an audio file, it will export this as a video file. So if you want to export your audio only in an audio format, then we can select waveform in the audio section or the MP3. Now if you have multiple tracks, so right now it is set to bus stereo, so because we have only one track. Now if you check all timeline track, it will export all timeline track in our video. If you select timeline track, now we have option. Now for example, if I have, so let's select this audio, press B to use the razor tool, place this audio right here. Now go to the render. Now if I change my track number 2, it will export the audio of this track only, and if I change this to track number 1, it will export the audio of track number 1 only. And if I want to export this audio file in one audio file, then we can change this to bus stereo, or we can change this to timeline track, all timeline track, and now it will export these two timeline track. Now if you want to dig down in detail of how we can export in DaVinci Resolve and what is the best settings in DaVinci Resolve, then you can check out this video where I talk in detail how we can export more than one way in DaVinci Resolve. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you want to support the channel, then join my channel membership. You will gain access to my premium courses that worth over $100 in course market. And I will see you guys in the next one.